Hello there, costume enthusiasts! Today I'm not alone. I have my friend Asmeau here.
Hi!
And she's here because she knows a lot about blueprints, and since I do not. So she's going to tell you some more about the basics of making blueprints.
So, I'm going to teach you about how to scale your blueprints, to make sure that everything's the right size, how to do some basic stuff in Illustrator, and how you make it print ready.
And I'm going to show you how to build up your blueprint after it is printed and how to use it. So what is a blueprint? Well, here I have my Alice Madness Returns Purple blade, which
I made it.
Yeah, so it's a blueprint, and what a blueprint is, it's an illustration of an object. So for example, now it's a blade, and it's a 1-to-1 scale model of the prop. Well, in this case it's a prop. So what's nice about it is that you have a nice 1-to-1 scale example of what you're going to make, and you get all the detail right and the size right. So for this video we use the wand from Hilla from Maple Story as an example.
Alright, so when it comes to scaling, you want to make sure that everything is just the right size, because it's never nice when you have a prop that is too small or too large. You want it to be exactly the right size. So when it comes to making something the right size, you have to do a bit of calculations. So what you need is how tall you are. In this case, I'm going to calculate how big the forepaw blade has to be. So in real life, Levy is 175 centimeters tall. So that is why we fill it in at real life. We don't know what the prop will be. We don't know how big it will be. So in this case, that is X. You know the size of the character on screen, and you know the size of the prop on screen. So you get your tape measure and you measure it. In this case it's 2.4 centimeters. So I write it down. And I know that the person on screen is 5.3. So what you do, this is A, this is B, and this is C. What you do is you do A, multiply it with B, and then divide by C. In this case, 175 times 2.4 divided by 5.3 is in this case the answer is 79.2 or something like that. The thing is that this answer is not really true to the size of the prop, because
we use some bullshit measurements, like this is not the real size.
This is not the actual size of the person, that's not the actual size of the prop. So now just use the formula and you'll be fine. Yay! So basically what you do is you open a new document in Illustrator once you start working on it, and you make sure that everything is the right size. This one is set in millimeters, so make sure that you convert your centimeters to millimeters. So now you see that I have my document opened, and I'm going to fit everything into place so that it is all the correct size. To do a little bit of stretching, and it's also nice to add a ruler if you can, so you make sure that when you mirror everything later on that you mirror it correctly and that it's not crooked. So I lowered the opacity of it a little bit, and then I started drawing. But I forgot that I didn't use my actual lines to make them black. So I did that, and then I drew everything, mirrored it, and then made sure that everything was just right and not lopsided. So when you're done with your blueprint, you might want to make a new document of your desired paper size that you want to print on, and basically what you do is you put the blueprint that you made on the new document, you drag it there, and then you lock the layer. First you put it into place, and then you lock the layer that your drawing is on. Which you will see in a bit. Just wait for it. Just wait for it. Alright, there it is. So what we are doing now is we are copying the papers, and you align it so that it's just right. What you want to do is make sure that everything is in the right order, so that it's not like when you print it out all the papers are mashed together, and then you save it and then you print it. So basically that's how you make a blueprint. Of course, this is not everything to it. Making an Illustrator is not that simple, so we will include a link to some great tutorials that someone made in the description box.
So here you see a few options for printing your blueprint. And then just print it out. So when it's all printed, you have to align all the sheets. But there will be a white border along all the sides. So you can cut those with a pair of scissors or with a cutting tool. But keep in mind that you do that on only one side, because then it will be easier to stick them together. And you do that with clear tape. But when you have multiple papers, like a square, then you have to also cut the tops and one side. So if you have two papers underneath two other papers, then you have to cut all the tops off, and then, for example, the left border, if that makes sense to you. And then just align them and tape them down. A little tip, tape on the parts that will be that will stay in place. So not the parts that you cut out. So because then it will not stick together, and then you can cut it out. For details, you can also cut them out separately. So here you see me cutting out one of the side pieces, and if there is a detail part overlapping, just follow the last steps with the border cutting. And sometimes there are some symmetrical details that you only have to cut out once. So for use, you can just trace your blueprint on the material that you're going to use. This can be wood or foam or Worbla, whatever. And here you can see that I made a handle to go into the round handle actually. And then here I cut out one side for the serrated edge, not serrated, but I don't know a better word. So there are two methods for this kind of detail. You can just cut it out and then use it as a stencil to trace it on your wood. And there's another method that you will see very soon. So then you just use it as a stencil, like I said. Or you can use carbon paper. This is a paper that if you use some pressure on it, it will leave a blue, well in this case blue print on it. So you just trace all the lines and then fill in and make it neater and just adjust it to your desire.
So that were the basics on blueprints. Leave your requests and suggestions in the comment section below.
And thanks to you for being here.
No problem, thanks for having me.
And if you're curious, all her social links are in the description box below, together with some other awesome stuff you don't want to miss out on. And well, feel free to subscribe for more CosGuide videos. And thanks for watching. Toodles!
Bye!